ladies. When a man is truly into a woman, he can try all day to play it cool, act like he's unbothered, stay laid back like he's got 100 options. But baby, let me tell you something. His behavior will always give him away. You don't need to be a mind reader. You don't need to guess or overthink. Just pay attention to what he does when you're around. His body, his energy, his presence. They start telling on him before he ever opens his mouth. Man might keep his words guarded, but when he's genuinely interested, his actions turn loud. He doesn't even realize he's flirting. It just slips out of him. It's instinct. It's natural. And once you understand the signs, you won't have to ask yourself twice. First, one of the clearest signs is how often he's around you. When a man is into you, he'll invent reasons to be near you. He'll say he was just passing by or had business nearby or thought you might need help with something, but what he really means is he missed you. He wants to be in your atmosphere. He wants to breathe your air. A man who's not interested will never go out of his way, but a man who's feeling something for you, he'll drive across town just to have a 2-minute conversation. He may act like it's no big deal, but that man is making you his priority. And then there's the way he looks at you. See, when a man is captivated by a woman, his eyes follow her like she's the only thing in the room. Even if he's trying to be low-key, his eyes will betray him. He'll look at you when he thinks you're not watching. He'll look at you when you're laughing, talking to someone else, tying your shoes. It doesn't matter. You're not just a person to him anymore. You're a presence. You pull his attention whether you mean to or not. And even if he's in a crowded room with 100 things going on, his eyes will always drift back to you. That's not just attraction, that's interest. That's the start of emotional connection. Now, pay attention to his energy. When a man likes you, he starts syncing with you without even realizing it. You laugh, he laughs. You shift in your seat, he does the same. You lean in, and he unconsciously leans in too. That's called mirroring. And it's not something he plans, it just happens. When you're into someone, your body naturally wants to be aligned with theirs. It's a physical expression of emotional closeness. This happens all the time in flirting, but when it's real, it's consistent. He starts to move when you move, speak when you speak, and vibe when you vibe. You become his rhythm. Another sign that just can't be hidden is touch, not the bold, obvious kind, but the subtle kind, the little touches that seem accidental, but keep happening, like brushing his hand against yours when you're walking side by side, helping you take off your coat when you didn't ask for help, his hand on your lower back when guiding you through a door. That physical closeness is his way of establishing comfort, connection, and a bit of territory. A man won't reach out and touch what he doesn't care about. So when he starts showing you this kind of physical awareness, respectful but present, it means you've moved into his emotional space. It's his way of saying, you matter to me. You might think confident men never get nervous, but when it comes to love, nerves don't care about confidence. A man who's genuinely into you might get tongue-tied. He might stumble over a compliment. His words might come out weird or awkward because he's afraid of messing up. That nervous energy isn't weakness, it's sincerity. He's trying so hard to be right for you, to impress you, to not say the wrong thing, that he gets in his own head. That's real. That means he's emotionally invested. A man who's not feeling anything isn't nervous, he's careless. But when a man's heart is engaged, his brain starts malfunctioning. And it shows. What you'll also notice is that he starts seeing things about you that others overlook. He'll compliment something specific. Not just you look good, but that color looks incredible on you. Or you have this glow when you talk about something you love. A man who's paying attention to detail is a man who's captivated. He's looking deeper than the surface. He notices when you change your hairstyle. He sees the way your eyes light up when you talk about your dreams. He points out the things that make you uniquely you. That's not small talk. That's intimacy in the making. Finally, there's this one thing he'll start doing without even realizing it. He'll start looking out for you. Not in some over-the-top dramatic way, but in small, thoughtful gestures. He'll make sure you're safe walking to your car. He'll offer you his jacket when you're cold. He'll notice when you're uncomfortable and try to ease it. That's what men do when they care. Protection is hardwired in us. When we love, we protect. And when we're starting to love, we start showing up in those protective, supportive ways, even before we fully understand our own feelings. You won't have to ask a man who's into you to act interested. His behavior will scream it. His energy will give it away. His eyes, his touch, his actions, they will do the talking long before his mouth ever catches up. A man might play it cool. He might not confess his feelings right away, but baby, if you watch how he moves, you'll already have your answer. Because when it's real, he won't be able to hide it, not even if he tries. When a man is truly into you, you don't need to dig through his words or play detective with his texts. Men may not always come out and say what they feel right away, but the truth always slips out through their behavior. That's where the real story lies. You can see it in the way he looks at you, the way he talks to you, the way he shows up in your space over and over again. A man who's caught feelings can't keep it hidden even if he tried. He might think he's being subtle, but trust me, his heart will start showing through every little thing he does. You just have to know what to look for. Because when a man is flirting with real interest, it's deeper than words. It's in the rhythm of how he moves around you. You'll notice how he starts making time for you, and I'm not talking about the casual kind of let's hang out sometime. I'm talking about real time. Time he carves out of his day, no matter how busy he is. A man can be working 2 jobs, dealing with pressure, and still show up if he's into you. He'll want to hear your voice, see your face, and share space with you. That's not accidental. A man will always invest his time where his interest lies. If you start realizing that you've become a consistent part of his schedule, you better believe he's feeling something real. He doesn't just want you in his life. He wants to make sure you know you matter to him. Another thing that reveals his feelings is how quickly he picks up on your mood. When you walk in a room, he reads your energy before you even say a word. He'll notice if your tone is off or if you're feeling low. He might ask, "You good?" or say, "You seem quiet today." That's not just friendliness, that's emotional awareness. When a man is emotionally tuned into you, it means his heart has already started to connect. He notices your happiness, your silence, your laughter, and even your hesitation. That sensitivity is a kind of emotional flirting. It's him trying to meet you where you are without you even having to ask. Now, here's something else men do when they're into a woman. They show support in the smallest ways. He might hype you up about your job interview. He might send a message saying, "I believe in you." He'll share a quote that reminds him of your strength. These aren't random gestures. This is a man rooting for you, placing himself in your corner. He wants you to win because when you win, he feels pride. He wants to be the one who lifts you up when you feel down. This is flirtation rooted in care, not just attraction, but admiration. He respects you. That's powerful, and it's something he can't fake. Another thing that always shows up is playfulness. A man who's into you will tease you in that charming way, not disrespectful, not mean, but playful. He'll joke with you, give you little nicknames, create inside jokes that only the two of you share. That's his way of creating intimacy. He's trying to form a space that feels personal between you and him. Men don't do that with just anyone. If he's putting in that playful energy and keeping the mood light when he's around you, That's a form of flirty behavior that builds emotional chemistry. He wants to make you smile, and if he's going out of his way to do that often, that man's already halfway in love and trying to keep it cool. Sometimes it's not what he says, but what he remembers. When a man is truly into you, he'll recall the things you mention, even the small ones. You might have casually said your favorite flower is a white rose, or that your mom's birthday is coming up, and days later he brings it up or surprises you. That's a man listening with intention. He's storing the details because those details are part of you, and he's emotionally collecting pieces of your world. That's not just romantic, that's deep level interest. You didn't have to remind him. He wanted to know. He wanted to show you that he cares enough to remember. You'll also feel the difference in how he listens. When a man is into you, he doesn't just hear your words. He listens with focus. He asks follow-up questions. He makes eye contact. He's not distracted by his phone or looking around the room. When you speak, you become the center of his attention. That's emotional presence. That's flirtation grounded in connection. Men who aren't serious will give you surface energy, but a man who's drawn to you on a soul level gives you his undivided attention, because for him, you're not just another conversation. You're the moment he's waiting for. And here's a subtle but powerful one. He gets a little possessive, not controlling but protective. He doesn't like seeing other men getting too close. He might make a little joke about it or get quiet when someone else compliments you. That's his way of revealing he sees you as more than just a friend. Even if he hasn't said it yet, he's feeling it. That emotional edge, that jealousy wrapped in silence. It's all part of him trying to figure out if he has a chance. He's checking the room, hoping he's not too late, hoping you haven't already been claimed. All these flirty behaviors don't come from a place of manipulation or performance. They come from a man who is battling his feelings, but losing beautifully. He's trying to keep it cool, but his heart keeps slipping through the cracks. He doesn't even realize half the things he's doing, but they all point in one direction. He wants you more than he knows how to say. And that's the kind of truth you don't need to chase, because when it's real, it shows. Always, when a man is truly feeling you, it doesn't matter how much he tries to keep it cool. His interest starts leaking out of him in ways he can't control. It's in the way he looks at you, how his energy shifts when you're near, how his voice softens without him even realizing it. He could tell himself he's just being friendly, just being polite, but his instincts are too loud to ignore. A man in that space can't help but flirt, but not in the loud, over-the-top way some do. It's in those little behaviors, the things he's not even aware he's doing, that reveal everything. One of the clearest signs is how his voice changes when he talks to you. You ever notice how a man's tone gets just a little warmer, a little smoother when he's around someone he's drawn to? It's like his whole communication style softens. He becomes more patient, more curious. He leans in just a little when you speak. He wants to hear you, not just listen out of obligation. You'll feel it, that gentle shift where his attention turns into admiration. That's not performance. That's emotional energy. He doesn't use that voice with everyone. That voice is for you, and he's not even aware he's using it. Pay attention to his body when he's sitting or standing near you. A man who's interested can't help but orient himself toward you. His feet will point in your direction. His shoulders will square up when you talk. If he's sitting next to you, he might lean in slightly without noticing. That's because his body is responding to what his heart already feels. It's drawn to you. It's a natural magnetism, and no matter how calm he tries to play it, his posture gives him away. He's trying to stay close. He's trying to soak you in. That subconscious flirtation, the kind that runs deeper than anything he could say. Then there's the way he reacts when you touch him. Even something small. A playful tap on the shoulder, a gentle touch on his arm will trigger a reaction if he's into you. He might smile bigger. He might suddenly get shy or playful. He might freeze for a second like his brain just rebooted. That physical contact, even if brief, ignites something. That's because when a man is interested, your touch matters. It hits different. It stays with him long after the moment is over. You'll notice he might even find little excuses to recreate that moment again just to feel that spark. That's real, and it's not something he can fake. Another behavior that gives him away is the way he laughs with you. You could say the simplest thing and he'll light up. That's not just because it's funny, it's because he enjoys you. Laughter becomes a form of closeness. He'll start finding joy in your presence, even when you're not trying to be entertaining. That laugh, that's affection disguised as amusement. You've touched a part of him that feels light and open. When a man feels emotionally safe around you, his guard drops and his humor rises. He's no longer laughing at the joke. He's laughing because he likes the way you made him feel in that moment. He'll also start doing little things to make your life easier. It might not be some big grand gesture, but it'll show up in small, thoughtful ways. He might offer to carry something heavy. He might notice when you're cold and give you his hoodie. He might send you a song that matches your mood or a meme that makes you smile. These little efforts are his way of saying, I see you, I'm thinking of you, and I want to be someone you can rely on. That kind of attention is layered with care. It's a subtle form of flirting wrapped in real respect. He's not just trying to impress you, he's trying to show you his heart, one small gesture at a time. Now look at how he handles competition. If another man is around and starts giving you attention, the shift in his behavior will be immediate. He may not say anything out loud, but his energy will tighten. He might start acting extra funny or confident. He might get quiet and watch. He's paying attention because now he feels the urgency. A man who's interested will instinctively react when he feels like he might lose your focus to someone else. It's not about being possessive. It's about realizing how much he values your attention. That small tinge of jealousy, that's his unspoken truth rising to the surface. Something else that starts showing up is pride. He starts showing you off without even trying to. He might talk about you in conversations with his friends. He'll introduce you in ways that elevate your presence, not just this is Sarah, but this is Sarah, she's amazing at what she does, or she's the one I told you about. He becomes proud to be connected to you. He lights up when he sees others notice you. And deep down, he hopes they see that you two are close, even if nothing official has been said yet. That pride, that's emotional investment disguised as casual introduction. And finally, you'll notice how his patience with you stretches in ways it doesn't with others. He lets you vent. He listens when you're upset. He doesn't rush you when you're figuring things out. That patience is a man's quiet way of saying, I want to understand you. When a man is interested, he becomes emotionally generous. He doesn't just want your smile, he wants your truth, even the messy parts. And when a man is willing to hold space for your complexity, you can be sure his feelings are no longer casual. That's the kind of flirting that grows into something real, something lasting. So when you're wondering how a man feels, stop listening to what he says and start watching what he does when you're near. Because a man's interest doesn't live in his words, it lives in his reactions, his attention, and all the little ways he flirts without even trying. When a man is genuinely into a woman, no matter how calm or composed he tries to be, his actions will reveal what his heart is feeling. Flirtation doesn't always come in the form of sweet talk or pickup lines. In fact, the most powerful signs are the ones he doesn't even realize he's giving off. The subtle shift in his behavior, the slight change in his voice, the way his whole demeanor transforms around you, those are the cues that speak louder than any words he could ever say. He might try to hold it together, pretend like you're just another person in the room, but something in him keeps gravitating towards you, even if he's not talking to you. He'll find a reason to be close. He might sit across the room, but his gaze will drift back to you, or he'll stand near you in a group conversation, chiming in just enough to stay connected. That's not accidental. That's energy. A man who's interested will place himself where he feels your presence. He doesn't need to touch you or speak all the time. Just being around you satisfies something inside him. His teasing might become a little more frequent, and he'll try to get a reaction out of you. That's his way of building a playful connection. He wants to make you laugh, see you smile, feel your attention on him. Teasing is one of the oldest flirting tools there is. But when it's done with affection, you can tell. It won't feel like he's picking on you. It'll feel like he's pulling you closer in a subtle way, like he's trying to create a bond that's just between the two of you. It's his attempt to stand out in your mind, to leave a little impression that lingers long after the conversation ends. Then there's the shift in how he talks to you compared to others. You'll hear the difference in his tone. It becomes warmer, more focused. He might speak slower, lean in closer, or use your name more often. That's not just casual talk. That's intentional connection. When a man likes you, he wants your conversations to carry weight. He's not trying to rush through them. He's trying to savor them. You become someone whose words he holds on to, whose presence he looks forward to. That subtle intensity in his attention isn't something he can fake. It's a reflection of genuine interest. He'll also start opening up in ways he doesn't with others. Little by little, he'll start sharing more about his past, his dreams, the things that matter to him. Not because you asked, but because being around you makes him feel safe enough to do it. That vulnerability is a major sign of emotional flirtation. A man who feels something for you wants you to see more than just his surface. He wants to let you in because deep down, he's hoping you'll care about what's underneath. He's not just showing off, he's sharing. If you're in a group setting, watch how he reacts when you speak. Does he smile when you talk? Does he look at you when someone else makes a joke to see if you're laughing too? That's alignment. That's a man who's checking your reactions because your feelings matter to him. He doesn't just want to impress you, he wants to feel connected to you. His body and eyes naturally tune in to you even when the room is full of distractions. A consistent focus is one of the strongest signs that something deeper is growing inside him. He might also become a little more conscious of his appearance when you're around. Suddenly he's fixing his collar, adjusting his hair, standing a little taller. That's instinct. That's his body saying, I want to be seen by her. I want to be impressive to her. A man who's into you starts caring more about the impression he's making. He may never admit that he changed his shirt because he knew he'd see you, but the effort speaks for itself. That quiet shift in how he presents himself is his way of silently asking for your attention. Even his silence can be revealing. A man who's normally confident and talkative might stumble over his words when you walk into the room. He might get quiet, not because he's uninterested, but because he's trying to figure out how to act without showing too much. His silence isn't disinterest, it's inner chaos. He's overthinking, trying not to mess up, trying to be enough.